Okay, students, in the last class, we have seen inheritance. So, what do you mean by inheritance? When one class acquires the property of another class, it is called as inheritance. The class from which we acquire property is called as base class, and the class in which we acquire property is called as inherited or derived class. So there are different types of inheritance. First type is single inheritance, where one class, where in we are having one base class which is inherited to one derived class. Then there is multiple inheritance, in which more than one base class is inherited into a single derived class or inherited class. Then there is multi-level inheritance, in which one base class is derived to intermediate derived class, and this derived class is again derived to another derived class. So it forms the level. That's why it is called as multi-level inheritance. And next type is hierarchical inheritance, in which one base class is inherited to more than one derived class. It forms a hierarchical structure like parent and children. So that's why it is called as hierarchical inheritance. And last type is your hybrid inheritance, in which we have combination of one or more type of inheritance. Then we have seen visibility mode. Three visibility modes are there: public, private, and protected. uh, when you inherit any class with the visibility mode as public, then the public uh, data members and member function will be derived as public in the inherited class, and protected data members and member functions are inherited as protected in the inherited class. Private data we cannot inherit. Then when you use visibility mode as public, then public and protected data will become private. When you use protected as a visibility mode, then public and protected data will become protected in the data class. So we have seen some of the example. We have seen how the constructor and destructor behaves in inheritance. If you are having a constructor in both base class and derived class, then first the constructor in the derived class will be called, then the constructor in the derived class. Right? So first constructor in the base class will be called, then the constructor in the derived class, and destructor is called in the reverse fashion. And again, in multiple inheritance we have seen that uh, it depends upon the sequence of inheritance of the base class which constructor will be called first. Similarly, in multi-level inheritance, the super base class constructor will be called first, then the intermediate base class, and then the derived class. Okay. So in the last class, I have given you uh, two assignments. We will try to do one assignment today, and then we will see the virtual function. What is virtual function is? Okay. Okay. So this is your problem statement. What you need to do is we need to design a class employee having data field as ID and name, then derive this class to a class department having field basic salary and department name. Calculate the gross salary and display data for one employee. Okay, so you need display data for one employee. So we will first include the classes as include iostream dot h and hash include conio.h. Then we will first design a class employee. This is a class employee. Here we need to have fields ID and name. Now since this class need to be inherited into another class, we will use SS specifier as protected. Rather than public, we are using SS specifier as protected. Then int, I will write here employee underscore ID, and then a name is there. So name you can have character string. So emp name of 30. This is a character string which we are using. Then I will write public. You can write functions to display display this get these variables and display this variable here. So I can write here void get data so cout slash n, enter id and name of employee, and then I will input emp underscore id emp underscore name. So I have read employee ID and employee name. Similarly, I can display this data as well. So put data cout slash n employee ID equals to ID, then cout slash n employee name. Okay, so I have written a function to read the data and another function to display the data. Now I will write another class. The class name was department. Department which will inherit a class. I will be using public as a visibility mode employee. Now here you want some field as basic salary. You need to calculate gross salary as well. Salary base of basic salary, I will write basic salary. Now HRA and DA is not given, so you can take by yourself HRA comma DA, something like that. Right? Then department name is also you need to, so I will say the name 30. public. Here also I will write two functions to read and display the data. So I will write void get data. Now here I am giving data 1 because here I am having get data, so I need to have different name for get data in this inherited class. Right here, get data, cout, and enter basic salary and department name. I will read again, not basic salary and department name. Right? Uh, Now one more function I require to calculate the gross salary. So I will write one more function, void calculate. This will calculate the gross salary. I will first calculate HRA. Let's see. HRA HRA stands for house rent allowance. One second. हेलो. हाँ, क्लास चल रही है, मैं बाद में करता हूँ. हेलो. हाँ. So HRA, let's say, is 20%. So I will calculate basic salary into 20 divided by 100. So that will becomes your HRA, and DA equals to basic salary. Let's say DA is 100% of basic salary, or let's say 70% of basic salary. So I will say 70, 100. Okay. So HRA and DA we have calculated. Now we can calculate the gross salary as gross salary equals to basic salary plus HRA plus DA. This will calculate. This is done for the calculation. Now we will write function to display the message. So I will display function. This will display all the data. And here also I need to read the data from the base class. So for that I can call the function get data. Similarly, I need to display the data of the base class. So I can write here put data. This function I am calling and then cout for displaying the data of inherited class. I can write cout department name. Department name equals to the underscore name, and cout slash n gross salary equals to g underscore sal. Display the gross salary as well. our class ends here. Now I can write the main function. So void main. Since base class is included in the inherited class when you inherit, so we need to just create the object for derived class. So derived class name is department D. Okay. We are creating the the object for only this class department. Department D, then D dot get data 1 and D dot display, then get ch, and this main ends here. And again we need to call the function calculate, right? So either we can calculate over here. I can write d dot cal, so it will calculate the gross salary. Save it and we try to run it. Enter F9. Okay, so enter the employee ID, okay, and name XYZ, and basic salary, let's say 2000, and department name is CM. So now something is wrong. 2000 gross salary is not calculating properly. Okay, says flow. Okay, again try to run it. F9, F9, employee 1, y, build basic salary equals 12, department name CM. Okay, so now it is giving us properly. So employee ID is 1, name is XYZ, department name is CM, and gross salary 3800. Okay, so this is how you need to write the program for inheritance. Okay, it generally comes for 6 marks to 8 marks. Okay. So very simple. First you need to create the base class. The base class name is employee, wherein we will write all the data as protected so that we can inherit it in the new class. Then we write get data and put data to read and display the data in the base class. Then we inherit this base class employee to the class department. Here whatever variables we require, we will take those variables. Then again we will write the functions to read the values for the class department. Again we need to call this get data function from the base class in this class one. Otherwise we need to call it separately in the main. So I have called it here. Then We need to calculate the gross salary as well. That's why I have written this calculate function, which will calculate the gross salary. Then I have written this display function, in which I have called this put data from the base class, and whatever variables are there in a inherited class I have displayed over here. Okay. And in the main, you need to create object for the inherited class only. Then you can use the functions object to call the various functions in the base class as well as in the derived class. Okay. Anybody has any doubt? Anything you didn't understand, you can ask now, because this is very important. Up to 22 marks, up to 22 marks questions can be asked. Okay. So, and if any doubt, you can ask. Anybody? Anybody has any doubt? Shall we proceed further? Okay. So I hope nobody has any doubt. So I will proceed further. Next topic is the virtual function. Again, this is very important. Virtual function. This virtual function is nothing but the polymorphism. Okay? It is also considered as polymorphism. Polymorphism. Which type of polymorphism it is? It is runtime polymorphism. Virtual function. Virtual function is an example of runtime polymorphism. Right? So if anybody asks you which of which is the example of virtual which is the example of runtime polymorphism, then you can say virtual function is a type of or example of runtime polymorphism. Polymorphism has two types, that is runtime polymorphism and static polymorphism. So this is an example of runtime polymorphism. So what virtual function is? So first you need to understand uh, we can use pointer of base class to point to an object of derived class. Okay? So what we can do? We can use pointer of base class to point to an object of derived class. Right? So means what? Base class, as you can see in the previous example also, base class has elements which are not which are present in inherited class, but inherited class had additional data members and member functions which are not in the base class. So the but we can use pointer of base class to point an object of derived class, but we can access only the common functions, but we can access only the common functions or common named functions present in base as well as derived class. Right? Okay, so only common functions we can access. This is called as slicing. S-L-I-C-I, slicing. Okay, right. This is called as slicing. Means only some of the function which are common in both inherited and derived class, that only we can call, right? So again there is problem, right? But when we call the functions common in base and derived class using pointer of base class, derived class function gets over overridden, right? Means if you are using the pointer of base class, even if you are pointing to the object of derived class, it will only call the functions from the base class which are common. Okay, so base class pointer only call the common functions which are there in derived and base class. So it can only call the functions which are common in both base class and derived class, right? But when you use the base class pointer to point a derived class, it will call the functions only in the base class. That means the derived class function gets overridden, right? So to overcome this problem, we can use virtual function in the base class, right? The function which are common we can make virtual in the base class, right? So how can you make the base class function virtual? By using a simple syntax, that is virtual. This virtual keyword you need to write, then return type function name, parameter list, and function body, right? Just you need to write the keyword virtual before any function in the base class to make it virtual. So when you make any function virtual, then if you are using pointer of base class to point object of derived class and if common functions in base class are made virtual, then function of derived class is called, right? So if you make base class functions as virtual, then the functions in the if the pointer is pointing to an object of derived class, then the functions in the derived class will get called. So we will see one example. Include at hash include on io.h. So I will write class base in which I will write one function. So first we will try to write a simple function. So cout base class function. That's it. I will close this class. Now I will write another class derived derived and base public base. Here also I will write one function void show, and here cout derived class function. And now in the main we will create an object void main clrscr base asterisk bptr base pointer and comma d derived d. Now I will use dptr. dptr is a pointer, right? So dptr equals to ampersand of d. Now I am assigning of address of object p to the pointer. Now let's see dptr arrow operator. This arrow operator is used to access the data members of the class. Okay. So and again v vptr equals to ampersand. Now I will assign the address of derived object of class derived object, and again vpr show function I am calling, then hit ch. I try to run it to F9. You can see in both cases only the base class function get calls, means the derived class function show is overridden, right? So here you can see I have created object of a base class and pointer of base class. Here I have created object of derived class. In this instruction I have assigned the address of base class to the pointer, and then I have called the show. So this show is base class, so that should get called, that is okay. But in the next I have assigned the uh, address of object of derived class to the base pointer. Now if I called the show function, it should call the derived class show function, but it is calling the base class show function, right? To correct this, what I can write? I can write here virtual keyword. This virtual keyword will help to call the functions depending upon the object assigned to the base class point. And here F9, control F9. So now you can see first time when the object of base class is assigned to the base class pointer, then the show function of the base class is called. In second case, since we have made the base class function show as virtual, then the next time when we are calling, when we have assigned the base class pointer uh, the address of derived class object, that time it is calling the derived class function. This topic is very important, eh? So you try at home and practice this example as well. Anybody has any doubt? Anybody has any doubt? You can ask if you are having any doubt. Both of this topic is very important, virtual function as well as inheritance. In every year's question paper, this virtual function, example of virtual function and definition of virtual function is asked. Right, so you need to remember virtual function is a runtime polymorphism, type of runtime polymorphism. Uh, in virtual function, we make the uh, base class function which is common in derived class virtual by writing a keyword virtual before the function. What was the problem? When we assign base class pointer to the derived class, it will call the uh, function which is common in the base class, right? So to avoid that, we make the function virtual in the derived. So we will stop here. Okay. Anybody has any doubt?